Literary works have been analyzed and interpreted for centuries, but the method used to do so have evolved over time. Two terms that are often used interchangeably but actually have different meanings are literary theory and criticism. Hello and welcome back to the PS classes. Today, in this video, we will be breaking down the differences between these two concepts. So, basically, we consider literary theory and criticism to be the same, but my friend, it is different. So let us talk about it in detail. Starting with the definitions, literary theory refers to the principles and ideas that underlie the interpretation of literature. It is the study of the underlying principles, methods, and tools that can be used to analyze and understand literary works. Criticism, on the other hand, is the practice of analyzing and evaluating a literary work based on certain standards or criteria. It is the application of literary theory to specific works and it can take many different forms. I know it is difficult to understand like this, right? So let us try to simplify it. Okay? So, in simple words, we can say that criticism means reviewing something to review what is good, what is bad, where did the writer show his literary merit, where did he prove himself right and prove others wrong, etc. So, literary criticism is about analyzing a piece of literature and saying what is good with such literature and what is not so good. All the critics like Aristotle, Dryden, Wordsworth, Eliot lies down certain rules to be followed in order to write a good piece of literature. So they were advising the writers that these are the things you need to adhere by. That is how you are going to write a good piece of literature. Or even some of these critiques were commenting upon some good pieces, some good writers, and telling us what is wrong with them and what is not. We had writers like Matthew Arnold and T.S. Eliot who commented on certain writers and works. For example, Matthew Arnold said that Chaucer is not so good. He was not so serious when writing his poems. T.S. Eliot also commented on Hamlet, calling it an artistic failure. So, all critiques are doing two things. Firstly, laying down certain rules which must be followed in general in order to write a good piece of work. Secondly, they are analyzing certain works or certain writers and telling us what is good about them and what is not so good, and telling us what to follow and what not to follow. So, this is all about literary criticism. Now, let us look into literary theories. Literary theories are lenses basically used by people in order to analyze a literary work. For example, if we analyze Charles Dickens' novel, say Oliver Twist, we can look into it in different perspectives. If I put on formal glasses, I am going to look at the form of the text rather than looking at the background of the writer, or rather than looking at the historical context when the particular book was written and what was the condition of society at that time. I am actually going to look at the words which are written there in the book and I am going to analyze it based on the choice of words, based on the style of writing and the form of writing. This is called formalism. Similarly, if I wear Marxist glasses and look into the same work, I am going to analyze the text by focusing on class conflict, focusing on how people are treated by the society, because Marxism focuses on the rise of the working class, how people are treated based on their class, race, and gender. So, I am going to analyze the social condition of Oliver, the time he was living, what kind of mentality the society had regarding class conflict. Now, suppose if I take off my Marxist glasses and put on feminist glasses, I am going to analyze on the basis of gender relation. I am going to see how marginalized role of woman was there in the particular text. The ultimate goal of my analysis would be to bring in light the female voice and how they were mistreated back then. So, using literary theories, a reader can engage in a text in a particular manner, unlike criticism. See, Using Aristotle's views, I can judge a text, but I would be confined to the elements of a good tragedy. But in literary theory, I'm getting more freedom as a critique. I can view a same book in many different ways, right? So I hope you understood the difference between literary theory and criticism. By understanding the literary difference between literary theory and criticism, we can better appreciate the complexity and richness of literature and the many ways in which it can be interpreted and understood. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.